Friends, I've been discussing with you about human mental functioning complexities. And when a person's self is not as controlled due to some shock in life, then he just behave and he cut off his self from the daily life activities and develop his own life because he's fed up from this world and he feels that he has nothing to deal with this world. Most of you would have seen when a person got some kind of shock in life, like if some dear one has a death and he was very much attached with that person, it may be any family person or any even beloved one, the mental state is quite different. It has been seen that with the passage of time, the person just cut off his activities and live his own world, thinks, talking to himself and sitting alone and just have no care about his physical and other kind of activities, just as passing his life roaming around. Even sometime, if there's someone say that his beloved one has at such and such place, he go miles after it to find it, and he paused that his mission of life is to find the lost one. Therefore, sometimes they have obsessed kind of thoughts, and they are different world, and they think that they can find out what they are looking for, but they have no connection with the people around them. These are the extreme state I'm saying, and they have fantasies, and they have a prolonged, if they have a prolonged period in this state, then they live in a spell. Sometimes they start laughing, and sometimes they make abnormal kind of activities. If the people make fun of them, they have no care because they live in their own world. So these are the after effects of those shocks if one has lost one's dear one. And in our daily life, you will see certain kind of people who has such kind of thing, and the people either they are placed in the mental hospital. And I have a chance one to see such kind of people, and he was damaged, and he has a big business, but he was lost everything due to big accident. Then he used to say, "Well, I'm the king of that state, and you should talk with me in a nice way, otherwise I will give you some punishment." So they develop their own story, their own world. In this respect, it has been seen some time. I'm just giving you the picture that how mind works in such kind of abnormal behavior when has a loss and one has a problem. They involved in some kind of I may say drugs, and they pass their life, and because this is the only way to face that thing. Some of them they become like Toxinated people, they claim that they are a big peer and they are big paints. And then some say that we are a Sufi. I don't know, it varies from person to person. Some of the Sufis who live in day to day life, they have some philosophy. They live in their own thinking, and they have a connection with the God, with their saints. They think this is the pious thing that they should pass life in it, but they do not do any good deeds which their saints have been done. Rather, it is they're enchanted with their love. So they cut up there with them, and they use very kind of drugs, and they sometimes you know take those drugs and develop that state of highness. In other words, I may say psychologically, it is a state of it is an altered state of mind. I mean, it is not a normal state of mind, and it happens with those people who thinks that their mission of life is just to concentrate on one thing, and they take it as it is the soul of their life to find that thing. When they could not get it, then in failure, they lost, they withdraw from the daily life. Such kind of things are happening. So I wish to say that these kind of things are happening around us. People do not care about these people, but this is due to their mental weakness, and they have no control on themselves, and the fancies are overruling them, and you cannot change them because they think they are right. Those who are in mean less in this such kind of state. So I wish to say that we have seen these kind of cases very often. They may be in the vicinity, and they take them to the mental hospital for their training and to bring them some kind of change. But mostly they're on the drugs, and they feel that this is the only way to pass their life. Now, if their period is prolonged one, then they cut off totally. And even if you further study, those who are interested to know what is the psychology of schizophrenia and what they are, they can go ahead and see, because ultimately the extreme state is that people in such kind of shocks in love and losses, they have their own world. Even you see, if you want to see, in hysteria, sometimes people they have sleepwalking, and they have various kind of activities, but they do not know what they have done, because under the spell they are quite different, but when they are again in the practical life, they forget it. They say, no, I have not done it. So in short, love is a very complicated thing, and God save us from such kind of complexes. But if you see some person who is in this trouble, try to bring that person into uh, practical life through some psychotherapy and other kind of techniques. The remaining things which I have mentioned, these are all are clinical in nature. We cannot refuse them. That this love has both positive and negative aspect. If you found your beloved, then you are happy, but it depends upon how deeply you are involved with them. It has been seen that normal people, when they are in love, after getting their beloved and with their intimacy, and then they lose that bond. Therefore, the pure love is free of sex. It is not related with the sex, because the impulses turn into defaced form, and they face very kind of other mental states. So psychologically, it's up to us that we should first love ourselves because God has created us, and then we should love those who love us. It is a two-way communication, because if it is a one-way communication, then there is no end result. We are not getting the response to complete that bond. And even those who both have a love, but there is no way to unite them, they remain in this fantasies throughout the life and never end and come to a normal life. So it is a warning to all of us that we should have a love, we should have intimacy, we should have understanding, but we should care that if I am here, then there is a beloved. My beloved is due to me. So one should understand, if I am not in my control and I am not within myself and I am losing my identity, then even my beloved, she won't own me, because she said that you lost your that identity which I should love. So love is a two-way communication, and it should be increased with the passage of time through understanding. But one must have the outlet of those natural instinct which has been defaced and come to this form. I hope these things are helping you to understand how complicated is mankind, and how complicated is the process of love, and how important is the sentiments. If the sentiments are based on reasoning, then how great, and you are a great person who sacrifice your life for the good form, and you become a martyr, and you have a name in the history. But if you end your result, end yourself in such kind of mental state, then you are sick and mentally you are not capable to have a normal life. As I was sharing with you, this mental state under love is a altered state of mind because it is not a normal state of mind. It has been seen certain people who use drugs and other kind of chemical, they try to develop that altered state of mind because they feel a player, because they have no worry, they have no any kind of problem. They live in a fantasy. They want to uh, have highness. Most of you have seen in certain places where the people go for, I may say, their religious activities, and on the mizars, we say, on the graveyards, they have toxinated and they live in this state. And some of them become so much addicted, they cut off from their daily life and make this their life to remain in the fancy, remain in the heart state of mind, because they feel a pleasure, because they have no pain, no suffering. But we must see they have some kind of shock which they make them to adopt this altered state of mind. Certain people use this to have a Sufi dance and other kind of activities on the drums, and they feel very high, and the people around you, they just see their fun and activities. But please keep in mind, this is not a normal situation. This is a abnormal kind of state which we have adopted due to our own senses. So if one is addicted, then we should help to help them to get out of this addiction, which is possible.
أم اتخذوا من دون الله شفعاء قل أولو كانوا لا يملكون شيئا ولا يعقلون.
Or have they taken other than Allah as intercessors? Say, even though they do not possess power over anything, nor do they reason?
قل لله الشفاعة جميعا له ملك السماوات والأرض ثم إليه ترجعون.
Say, to Allah belongs the right to allow intercession entirely. To Him belongs the dominion of the heavens and the earth. Then to Him you will be returned.
وإذا ذكر الله وحده اشمأزت قلوب الذين لا يؤمنون بالآخرة وإذا ذكر الذين من دونه إذا هم يستبشرون.
And when Allah is mentioned alone, the hearts of those who do not believe in the hereafter shrink with aversion. But when those worshipped other than Him are mentioned, immediately they rejoice.
قل اللهم فاطر السماوات والأرض عالم الغيب والشهادة أنت تحكم بين عبادك فيما كانوا فيه يختلفون.
Say, O Allah, Creator of the heavens and the earth, knower of the unseen and the witnessed, you will judge between your servants concerning that over which they used to differ.
ولو أن للذين ظلموا ما في الأرض جميعا ومثله معه لافتدوا به من سوء العذاب يوم القيامة وبدا لهم من الله ما لم يكونوا يحتسبون.
And if those who did wrong had all that is in the earth entirely, and the like of it with it, They would attempt to ransom themselves thereby from the worst of the punishment on the day of resurrection.
I see.
And there will appear to them from Allah that which they had not taken into account.
وبدا لهم سيئات ما كسبوا وحاق بهم ما كانوا به يستهزئون.
And there will appear to them the evils they had earned, and they will be enveloped by what they used to ridicule.
فإذا مس الإنسان ضر دعانا ثم إذا خولناه نعمة منا قال إنما أوتيته على علم بل هي فتنة ولكن أكثرهم لا يعلمون.
And when adversity touches man, he calls upon us. Then when we bestow on him a favor from us, he says, I have only been given it because of my knowledge. Rather, it is a trial, but most of them do not know.
قد قالها الذين من قبلهم فما أغنى عنهم ما كانوا يكسبون.
Those before them had already said it, but they were not availed by what they used to earn.
فأصابهم سيئات ما كسبوا والذين ظلموا من هؤلاء سيصيبهم سيئات ما كسبوا وما هم بمعجزين.
And the evil consequences of what they earned struck them. And those who have wronged of these people will be afflicted by the evil consequences of what they earned, and they will not cause failure.